It's precisely 6:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Anjana Dodamgoda, read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. The President emphasizes need to designate a month for GCE A-level exam. Price of fertilizers to be slashed from today. The preparation of the 2023 voters list is underway. Lanka Satosa has slashed the prices of 3 essential food items. New governor of Sabragamua donates the salary to the benefit of the children. And in world news, India, Pakistan brace for winds, flash flooding as cyclone heads for evening landfall. And in sports, Malinga is back with Mumbai Indians family with new role. Now the local news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe addressing the first discussion of the expert committee appointed to support the Ministerial Committee for the National Education Policy Framework emphasized the crucial role of human resources in the development of any country. Drawing inspiration from the progress achieved by developed nations, the President stressed the importance of establishing a robust education system and cultivating a skilled workforce to accomplish the objectives of becoming a developed country by 2048, the President's media division reported. The President acknowledged the significance of aligning the country's human resources, enhancing the education system, and transforming the nation into a regional education hub. Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Amaravira says that steps will be taken to provide a bundle of urea fertilizer at the price of 9,000 rupees from today. The existing price of a bundle of urea fertilizer is at 10,000 rupees. Minister Amaravira emphasized that the appreciation of the Sri Lankan rupee recently and the reduction of expenses enabled to the provision of the benefit for farmers. He further pointed out that the triple super phosphate or the mud fertilizer were provided free of charge to the farmers for this season, adding that the price of muriate of potash fertilizer has been reduced by 4,500 rupees so far. Furthermore, he claimed that the farmers had not received fertilizers on time as a result of the carelessness of certain officials, mentioning disciplinary action has already been taken against the relevant officials in that regard. According to the Election Commission, the preparation of the 2023 voter list has already started. The preparation of voter lists in 2023 is done annually. The main register is to prepared and updated after conducting investigations regarding the inclusion and removal of names in the voter register. The Election Commission stated that officials are currently in the process of going to the houses and collecting the necessary information. After preparing the 2023 voter list, it will be displayed in the election offices for the public to know. Commissioner General of Elections Saman Sri Ratnayaka, speaking to SLBC, says statutory duty of Grama Niladhari to collect information of voters in a proper manner. If the duties are ignored or delayed, public must inform respective divisional secretary in this regard. This situation was explained by the Commissioner General of Elections after SLBC inquired the matter. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing local news, Lanka Satosa says it has slashed the prices of 3 essential food items with the intention of providing further relief to the people. Vatana dal is reduced from 13 rupees. The new price of the dal is 275 rupees per kilo. New price of wheat flour is 195 rupees, which is at a reduction of 5 rupees per kilo. Mysore dal can be purchased from Lanka Satosa at the rate of 295 rupees per kilo. Chairman of the Satosa says these prices are effective from today. Newly appointed Governor of Sabragamua Province, Navin Disanayake, has donated his salary for the welfare of children of Sabragamua. The Governor has instructed Chief Secretary Sabragamua to transfer monthly salary to a fund established for the benefit of needy children. That ends local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Foreign Employment Bureau, the Sri Jinaratana Educational Institute affiliated with the Gangarama Temple and the Korean Cool Life Institutes on Friday signed a memorandum of understanding to set up a specialized training center to provide skilled Sri Lankan workers for the shipbuilding industry in Korea. Labour and Foreign Employment Minister Manusha Nanayakkara witnessed the signing by the FEBSL Chairman Hilmi Aziz, Sri Jinaratana Education Institute Secretary of the Board of Governors Prasad Jayavira, and Korean Cool Life CEO John Young Lim. That ends main news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight. Chairperson of the Dengue Control Expert Committee, State Minister Sitharam Eppola has stressed on the urgent need to spread the message on safeguarding fever patients from mosquitoes. The minister highlighted that dengue, a disease transmitted through mosquitoes, can be passed from one infected person to another. During a meeting held at the main auditorium of the Western Province Chief Secretariat, State Minister Eppola emphasized the need to raise awareness among the public regarding the protection of both dengue-infected patients and individuals with fever until a confirmed diagnosis is obtained. That came to in Watchlight. Moving on to world news. Taking a look at the headlines of the world news. India-Pakistan brace for winds, flash flooding as cyclone heads for evening landfall. U.S. Geological Survey reports magnitude 6.2 earthquake strikes Philippines. Capsized boat had 100 children in hold in Greece boat disaster. Now the world news in detail. A vast swath of western India and neighbouring southern Pakistan that suffered deadly floods last year are bracing for a new deluge as fast-approaching cyclone Biparjoy whirls toward landfall today. Rain was falling and skies were darkening in western India and in southern Pakistan along the Arabian Sea, where dusty storms were hampering the evacuation and the rescue work. Authorities expect conditions to worsen for 2 or 3 days after the cyclone makes landfall in India's Gujarat. Officials from the 2 South Asian countries stood on a high alert as the cyclone approached. It's expected to make landfall near Jahu Port in India's Kush district and inundated the area. In Pakistan, Ketbandar in the country's flood-ravaged southern Sindh province also lies in Biparjoy's path. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck today, the U.S. Geological Survey said, as local authorities warned of aftershocks and possible damage. The earthquake struck at a depth of 124 kilometers at around 10 a.m. in the waters, 3 hours drive from the capital Manila. Calatagan Municipality Police of Chief Emil Mendoza said he and his staff rushed outside following the tremor, which was also felt over the country's heavily populated heartland, including Manila. Survivors from a fishing boat that sank off southern Greece in one of Europe's worst migrant disasters say up to 100 children may have been on board. At least 78 people have already been confirmed dead in the disaster, but scores more could still be missing at sea, with reports suggesting that up to 750 people were aboard the vessel. The country's Coast Guard has been criticized for not intervening earlier, but authorities say their offers of aid were refused. Rescuers are still scouring the seas of Greece in a massive search operation as hopes of finding more survivors dwindle. That ends world news. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the world news once again. India-Pakistan brace for winds, flash flooding as cyclone heads for evening landfall. U.S. Geological Survey reports magnitude 6.2 earthquake strikes Philippines. Capsized boat had 100 children in hold in Greece boat disaster. That ends world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Vacancies for women from Deshakti Lanka for housemaids in Kuwait, Oman and Saudi Arabia for ages 23 to 58 years. Contact number 037 7500 500.
Minister Kanchana Wijesekara said the progress of 500 megawatt renewable energy project in Mannar and Punarain was discussed with Anil Sardan, MD and CEO of Adani Transmission Limited and project management team yesterday morning at the Ministry of Power and Energy. He further said they discussed the challenges, roadmap and timeline for the project completion and the commitment by Adani Green Energy to complete the project by December 2024. That was Development News.
Vacancies for women from Deshakti Lanka for housekeepers, home cooks, caretakers and home nurses in Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia and Singapore for ages 23 to 57 years. Salaries starting from 156,000 rupees. Interviews with foreign agents are now on. Come whether you have a passport or not. Branches, Colombo, Kurunagala, Anuradhapura and Matara. Contact number 0377 500 500.
Moving on to sports is cricket. Lasith Malinga, the legendary bowler from Sri Lanka, is set to make a triumphant return to the Mumbai Indians franchise, but this time in a coaching role. The franchise's newest team, MI New York, competing in the highly anticipated Major League, has appointed Malinga as their esteemed bowling coach. The announcement comes alongside the unveiling of MI New York's star-studded squad and the entire coaching staff for the upcoming tournament, with the dynamic Kiran Pollard leading the charge as captain. That came to you in Sports News.
Go ekakiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
For the first time in the country, David Pierce Motors Private Limited has introduced electric three-wheelers as a pioneer project under the theme E-Drive. Executive Director of the company, Jayanta Ratnayaka, says it is a privilege to introduce this environmental-friendly solution for public transportation. This service will be initially available for the commuters of Colombo and suburbs. These E3-wheelers will be in white and green colours and will be available from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. To pick up a three-wheeler can be done using Yogo mobile application or calling 0777 606077. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to economic news. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siambalapitiya stated the Sri Lanka rupee has begun depreciating against the US dollar due to the relaxing of import restrictions. Speaking to the media, State Minister Siambalapitiya stated that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka is currently working on managing the fluctuation. The Sri Lankan rupee has continued to depreciate against the US dollar over the last few days, with the spot rate of the central bank surpassing the 300 rupees mark. Several licensed commercial banks in Sri Lanka also declared their buying rate of the US dollar between 311 rupees to 315 rupees today, while the selling rate rose up to 330 rupees. That was economic news.
Weather report.
Finally, we take a look at the weather report. The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in western, Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and in Galle, Matara, Kandy and Nuwara districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in Uva and eastern provinces during the evening or night. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The President emphasizes need to designate a month for GCE A-level exam. Price of fertilizers to be slashed from today. The preparation of the 2023 voters list is underway. Lanka Sathosa has slashed the prices of 3 essential food items. New governor of Sabaragamuwa donates the salary to the benefit of the children. With that, we conclude the news.